welcome to Tim's Workshop. Well, we're going to do a video on plugging holes with the Alumaweld rods, okay, that I got from Harbor Freight. I've used them before, they work, but you got to make sure you have the right torch. You know, you can use propane, but they suggest MAP gas. When I went to get some MAP gas, they were all out, so I do have another bottle of just the propane. So it's been working with the propane. The key is having the right kind of torch, and I got this one at Harbor Freight too. It's a igniter switch, and you control the torch with this knob over here. It works good. Plenty of heat coming out of that. So let's get to it. I'm going to start plugging these unused holes. There's 2 over here, and there's 2 over here, and then there's 1 down below there. So I put a washer, steel washer under it, and it's easy to tell which holes we're plugging. We're plugging the smaller holes. So we're going to go ahead and heat this up, and I brought out my thermometer to check the heat on it. Right now it's 55 degrees. So, and it says on here working temperature 730 degrees, and my thermometer says Fahrenheit reads up to 716. So once this thing's maxed out, it should be good to plug the hole. So let's go ahead and heat it up. Turn it on. All right. Well, we got 1 plug on here. Nice little bubble. Hopefully that went all the way down to the washer. We'll find out once it cools off here a little bit. Then we'll take this off in the washer and see if it penetrated all the way through. So, it went all the way through. Hopefully you can see that. Looks like it's ready to be sanded down and painted. Alright, well, I got that sanded down, and it looks pretty good. Feels a little rough on the bottom, but we're going to be turning the motor on its side. It's a 4-stroke, so you got to make sure it's on the handle side down. Otherwise you screw up the motor. So yeah, there's a certain way to lay a 4-stroke down. It doesn't matter on 2 strokes. it'll still leak on you, but there's no motor oil in a 2-stroke, so so there is on 4-stroke. So you got you can't just lay them down any way you want. They either have to be sat up upright or laid on the handle side only, not on the other side. All right. Let's see here. I got it all all plugged. Got some scratches there, but that'll come out. A little sanding, primer, you know, get some etch primer on it. Yep. Got that all sanded down. There's a couple little spots there that didn't quite fill in. I could hit it some more, just use some, I got some epoxy primer, or epoxy. I'll just smooth that on there, let it dry, sand it down, and then put the primer on it, and then get some matching paint for this. Because I have some other spots up here to touch up as well. Might as well get some of the Yamaha paint. Well, first off, I took the anoid off. It looks like I got to grind some of that off there. So the bolt head will clear here, and then over here this corner off. So we'll take care of that. That way those bolts will go all the way down on the prop saver when I put it back on. So I got this hole ready to plug here. Well, let's see if that worked. These things are hot enough. If when they hit that rubber pad, they'll burn a hole through it. Mainly concerned about this big one here. There we go. It'll leave a mark on the table, that's for sure. Got my flat file. So I already knocked these two down. I'm going for these two inside here, and it's going to be a little more difficult to do. You're supposed to apply this stuff when it's 40 degrees. Well, right now it says 77 degrees on the surface, so it's still warm from sanding, I guess. Let's try it up here. 58 degrees. So it's above 40 degrees, so we're fine. I got some 80 grit sandpaper. That's what it says to do before you put the filler on. So we'll hit it with 80, and then after the filler's on, then you hit it with This is 336. And then I have some 400 wet and dry too before you paint it. So I got self-etching primer, Duplicolor, automotive, but it says you can use it on aluminum. Just by eyeball, I came up with something that's pretty close. It looks pretty good, and it has metal in it, metal flake. Looks the same. It's called gunmetal metallic. So gunmetal. I guess we'll try that. I mean, you know, like I say, I'm not doing a vintage restore on this thing. I just want it, I'm just fixing it up so it doesn't have extra holes in it. Another thing too is after heating this up, I need to check the lower unit oil. I need to check the impeller, make sure I didn't like melt it. You know, so I guess I'll just do that. You know, if it pees good, I'm not going to worry about it, but I will keep an eye on it because it is pretty close. This area here is pretty close to where the impeller is. So, and I did see some smoke coming out of these holes. You know, so we'll see. Just something to keep an eye for out. You don't want this thing overheating. So, all right, I'm going to hit it with some 80 grit, sand it down good. That way the Bondo will adhere to the aluminum. And then we'll sand her down, hit it with primer, sand that down, and then we'll hit it with the Perfect Match Duplicolor. Well, pretty close, I'll tell you that. And the price was right. This was like $8. A lot cheaper than the Yamaha paint. Cool. All right. Now, wipe her down with some brake clean. We'll mix this stuff up. Then we'll put some in this lid here. Kind of do this and get it kind of mixed up inside there before you squirt it. And then the instructions say just go across, just go across. I didn't know it was that runny. Just go kind of across it like that. That should be enough. I probably got too much in there. I didn't know it was that runny. Okay, now we'll just mix this up. So let's get this stuff on there before it, I don't know how fast it takes to tack up. kind of go around the hole. And it kind of skims right over the hole, so that's okay. And we'll put some on the other side. I think it's starting to set. We'll see. So we'll close the door and let her cook. We're back at it. We're going to sand down the Bondo that I put on yesterday. So I figure we use this. It'll get down most of it, and then the rest of it I'll get by hand. Put my mask on here. All right, got that sanded down, feels good. All right, let's get the prop off of here. Get this cotter pin out of here. Okay. Yeah, the cotter pin's what actually holds it on. This just gets threaded down till it seats, and then you back it up and try to get the cotter pin in the nearest holes, what you do. Alright, I'll get that over there. Get the prop off. There we go. I actually repaired this prop that had a chunk out of it, and I used the Alumaweld to repair it. And you know, it's got a couple lumps there. I didn't want to take any more material off than I needed to, so I just left the lumps there and just painted it. But yeah, I could have made it come out a little better than that. But yeah, it works good. So the Alumaweld works good, but I need to get the MAP gas. Just needs to be a little bit hotter. So now what we're going to do is clean this off, get this covered up, you know, before I paint it. So let's wipe her down with brake clean. Oh, I need to I need to grind this up too. Sand it. That way I can hit that with some primer too. Yeah, this outboard motor stand I built works pretty good for all this stuff. I didn't realize it when I got done that hey, I could paint it in this stand too. I could actually tilt this up a little bit further, so this is up a little higher, make it easier. We're going to do 2 coats of the primer, so let's try it here. Yeah, that works. Let that dry a little bit and then shoot some more. Okay. So we'll close the doors and let that dry. I forgot to put the sound on my one of my wireless receiver or transmitter. So anyway, got it on now. I already got it all painted, and it looks a little darker than what the cap looks like, but hey, it looks really good for sure. Came out really good. So that was my goal, to have it painted, have the holes plugged. Only have the holes now for the prop saver. So we'll let it dry, and who knows, it might lighten up a little bit after it dries, but it looks pretty good. So that's it for this video, using the Alumaweld to plug holes on the Yamaha lower unit outdrive. So you like it? Please subscribe, leave comments, hit the notification bell. If you like, give me a like, and let your friends and family know about my videos too. So until next time, peace out. See ya.